Hey guys, it's Shelbe with Sisterlocks and welcome back to Two Sisters Lock.
Stores are like she change. Down the lights, spread the dimes. Time this precious, your dreams can't settle. Godly thrones that be dancing salads. That ransom don't come at all.
Okay, so today we'll be doing something a little bit different. So I'll be doing a little get ready with me. So I'm just gonna do my makeup and answer some questions that y'all asked on our Instagram. Now I posted a story asking for questions and then I remembered that I had one from before that I had posted that I never answered those questions. So I'll be answering both from both sets of those, and then I'll also answer some questions that we get on our YouTube frequently because I know not everyone on YouTube follows us on Instagram, although y'all should be. So I'll answer some of those as well. But while you're at it, remember, go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Two Sisters Locked and TikTok. And while you're already here on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and comment below. Disclaimer, I just do the bare minimum of makeup to get by. I am not even close to a makeup artist. So if you notice me doing anything crazy, go ahead and drop a comment and be like, girl, this is what you should be doing. Help assist out, okay? But anyway, let's get into the video. Okay, so I'm gonna be starting off with this primer. It's, I don't know, just like a drugstore brand. I think I got it from Ulta. A Maybelline primer because my face gets greasy and I don't have small pores at all. So this just helps. And recently I've been liking more of like the dewy look versus adding like powder at the end. So this helps with that as well because I'm not adding powder to dry my face out and I have oily skin. So putting this on first helps. So I usually put it on quite a bit, to be honest, actually. And then I always start with eyebrows before I do foundation. So we're gonna do eyebrows first. But okay, so the first question is, what are some goals you have for 2022? Okay, 2022, we're in 2022. That's insane because this is graduation year. So I graduate. I walk in May, but I'm actually not finished till like July, end of the summer, or really like the first week in August. So that's so exciting. So yeah, I can't believe it's actually 2022 because I just feel like I've been hearing that year for so long and it's finally here. But some goals I have: one, graduate, have a good time these last couple semesters, and I'm gonna take a break actually. I use this for my eyebrows, the NYX, okay, it's blurry. I have to do like the YouTubers do, you know how they do. Okay, there you go, NYX Tame & Frame. And I use this MAC Pro Concealer. I love this. This is like the only high-end thing I buy consistently, and this isn't even really considered that high-end, but it's more expensive than I'd like it to be. But this is like the only concealer that I like, so I buy this one all the time. Okay, so yeah, so graduate, have a good time these last few semesters because like when I came into college, did not have like a whole lot of fun. I was very focused, as I should be, kind of. But I do also, you know, want to make sure I leave having had a good time and look back on good memories. And so I feel like last semester I did a much better job of that, actually, like, you know, hanging out with friends and not overworking myself. It also was an easier semester, so that helped. That's one thing. And then the other thing is I'll be starting grad school in the fall, and I know that's about to be super stressful. So I really want to, you know, take advantage of these last few months with my friends and living near my family, have a good time, don't overwork myself so that, you know, I'm like, as I said, I finished school in like July, first week in August, and I start grad school like early September, first week in September. So I'll have not even like a full month of a break before I start grad school, and this is gonna be crazy. So just really making sure to focus on myself these next few months and like have a good time before I get there. Another goal, I'm so excited about this. I'm not gonna share too much, but I'm trying to start a podcast. Two Sisters Locked will continue, of course. This is my main priority, which is actually why I haven't started the podcast yet, because I want to make sure that this is consistent and up and running before I move on and start doing something new as well. But yeah, I'm starting a podcast. It's not related to locks, it's about something else that I actually love to talk about as well. I'm not gonna share too much because it's gonna be like months, probably not till summer. I'll probably start recording in summer, but not actually like debut it until like August or sometime in early fall. So I'm not gonna say too much yet. Can't have y'all stealing my content, but I'm planning to start a podcast, and I'm really excited about that just because it's something that I really love to talk about. And I'm planning to do a lot of interviews with some really cool people that I've met over the years and are doing some really amazing things. And so that's like the biggest goal. Like, I've been working a lot of planning for that right now, because I'm not ready to go full in starting to record and everything yet, because I gotta focus on Two Sisters Locked. But once this gets up off the ground and is, kind of like baked into our schedules, and we know we're going to be consistently putting out content, then I can go ahead and start working on that. So I'm excited for that. Okay, so then I just go in with the concealer, to tidy up the edges. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer another question. This one we also got on our Instagram. It was something along the lines of, how do you get lock damage? Like, how does lock damage happen? There's really a lot of ways that can happen. Some of it is error on account of the person who does your locks, and some of it is error on account of the person who has the locks. So when you have locks, they're very easy to take care of. So some people find that synonymous with you don't have to do anything at all, which is not true, right? So for example, with Sisterlocks, you need to braid and band when you're washing your hair to make sure there's no slippage for like the first year, I guess year and a half, I don't know, it depends on the person. But until your hair locks, basically, you have to braid and band when you wash, and the video will be coming soon actually on how I do that. You can't put any moisturizer or oils on your hair. Basically, you can't put anything that adds any moisture, or the locks will swell, there'll be slippage at the root, all kind of stuff, until your locks have locked. And so that's an example of that. On the other hand, with traditional locks, for example, you need moisture, but you need a special type of moisture. You can't just use any products. You can't use super thick products on your hair, or gunk will get all up in it and it'll be hard to wash it out. The other thing about taking care of them is not getting lint. So even wearing this right now is really not a good idea. Usually I have on like a bonnet or something, because lint gets in your locks really easily. And like my sister, for example, she kept trying to pick her lint out, and she ended up like breaking her lock. And anyway, they had to get it fixed, all kind of stuff. So that's some ways that like you, as the person with locks, can damage your locks. And I'm gonna go wet my beauty blender. Now, there's also ways in which the person doing your locks can mess them up, and so that's why it's really important to be careful about who you choose. So I'm not as well versed in traditional locks because I don't have them, and how like they can mess up your locks. The only ways I can think of with that is like same thing, like using products that aren't great, coloring them. It's different to color locks than it is to color loose hair. So if you try to color your locks and you go to someone who's not like well versed in locks, that can ruin them. Oh, another one is like putting protective styles over your locks. Like, you can do box braids and stuff over your locks, but that can ruin them if the person doesn't do it right, or if you do it too early, so before it's like locked. Now, in my experience with Sisterlocks, the way the person messed it up is when they started my locks, they did not lock them all the way to the end, so I had to get that fixed. So I talk about that in another video, so I'm not going to go into details, but that's another way. So you have to be really careful about who you choose to do your locks. Do your research, look at videos and pictures of their work, ask them a lot of questions, and if anything feels off, find somebody else. There's other people, I'm sure, in your city, hopefully, that also do locks. Next, I'm going to use my foundation. I use the Urban Decay Naked Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. It's like the medium. They have like a full coverage one and a medium, like buildable one. This is the medium. So put a little bit, just swipe it on and then blend it in. And I'll go ahead and get our next question. So one person asked, how often do we retwist, and do we self retwist? So I'll start with, do we self retwist? I do not. I don't plan to ever. Sisterlocks retightenings take a long time. Mine takes between 3 and 4 hours when a professional does it. When my first loctician, who was very new to the thing, I was actually her first head, when she first retightened, it took probably a combined, it was over 2 days. It was like 9 hours for the first retightening. Once again, she was very new and not very experienced, so that definitely is why it took so long, but that's happened. And as I said, now that I have someone who's more experienced, she's been in the game for like a year and a half, and she only takes 3 to 4 hours to do it. So as you can see, you get much faster as you practice. But yeah, so that's how long it takes. So I don't plan to ever do my own locks. When I was considering getting Sisterlocks, obviously it's an investment, it takes money. That was one of the things I considered. I did not, because some people go into it and are like, well, I'll start getting it done and then I'll retighten it myself. So I'll like plan my money based on that, which is totally fine. Like, I get it, it makes sense. But for me, I knew I would never want to do that, sit in my hair and do that for so long. And I'm really slow. Like, even when I used to twist and braid my hair, it would take so long. So I was like, I know that it would probably take me over a day to do. I don't think I would ever get faster. And so I was like, financially, I'm going into this with the mindset that I will always have to pay about $150 to $200, depending on where I live, because it's more expensive some places, every 5 to 6 weeks, or really 4 to 6 weeks to get my locks done. That's just what I expect, because I do not plan to ever self-retighten. It just takes so much work, and it's easier to mess them up than like traditional locks. You can have holes in your locks, all kind of stuff. So that's my plan. Now Lexi, she has started self-retightening sometimes. So she doesn't really go to a loctician anymore. She's going soon to do something else, not retwist, but I think she'll go from time to time just to make sure they're still looking good and being cared for properly. But she retwists herself, and it's pretty easy. You know, she just has to put the product and twist, sit under a blow dryer for a while, and then usually she'll actually put them in 2-strand twist as well, and then take them after a few weeks to be curly. So that's that. I am now going to put concealer for highlight. And then yeah, so then for the question for how often, I pretty much already answered it for my Sisterlocks. I go about every 5 weeks, and it usually is between $135 and $150 for me to get them retightened. And then my sister, she probably goes like 6 to 8 weeks, probably closer to 8 for hers, because she starts them in the twist, as I said, which helps them stay longer, like tighten, and then she'll release them and leave them curly and wear it out for a while. So she can go a little bit longer with hers not being retwisted without any like consequences. The only real consequences with letting Sisterlocks go too long is that it'll take a lot longer, because your grid gets grown in and it's harder to find the grid. You know, there might have to be some reconstructing done if it's like really long. Like say you went like 3 months, like that's gonna actually be a lot of work. And yeah, that's not even just a retighten at that point. That's like a fix, like you're fixing your hair. So with Sisterlocks, you don't want to go too long. With traditional locks, you can go a little bit longer and still be fine, and still be able to like find like the original quote unquote plan for your hair, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to say, because they don't call it a grid, but you know. Okay, now I'm gonna go with my contour. I don't even know what brand this is. It's like Dark Radiance or something. I've had it for so long, and I lost like the little thing that actually covers it, so it kind of just sits like this. So I don't know the brand, but oh no, Black Radiance is one of those brands. And you know, I just go in with all my little contour spots and do like that. Get my nose. Okay, now I'm gonna blend everything out. Okay, so we're done with that, with the blending. Just, you know, go all around, do your thing. So another question I frequently get, actually, that I got as well, is how long did it take to get your Sisterlocks done, and how much did you spend? So I am going to actually go ahead and do a little blush and a little highlight while I do this. So these two things I just got like over Christmas break, so I'm still like learning how to, like, much to put kind of thing. I kind of just guess and then have to like whatever. So this blush is like the NYX Sweet Cheeks. It's this cream blush. I really like it because it's a cream blush, so it's like liquid you put on. And then this is the Fenty Beauty highlight. It's fairly new. It's like the liquid one. I wish this thing would just like focus. There we go. The Fenty Beauty highlight, and this is in color Honey Hottie. This is the liquid kilowatt fluid freestyle highlighter, and then this is the NYX Sweet Cheeks. So I'll be doing this. So this I like because it comes in like a little like brush applicator, so you just like swipe it on your cheeks, and I use my beauty blender to blend it in. Okay, but for how long it took. So how long it took, I really actually don't know. I need to go back and count. We did it over the course of many days though. I would say it was probably between 40 to 50 hours, if I had to guess, is how long it took. I was starting on like 10 to 12 inches of hair. I have to do like this to know where to put it. I was starting like 10-12 inches of hair, and my hair is thick, okay? So that is to be taken into account. The other really big thing to be taken into account is the fact that my person was new. So it takes her a lot longer. It's gonna take her a lot longer. Now, the reason why I shouldn't have taken that long is because, as I said, it turned out my hair is not even done all the way to the end. So even though I had 10 to 12 inches of hair, only like 6 inches were probably actually locked. So, you know, take that to mean which, as it may, whatever. That's just what happened, okay? And then how much was it? So I ended up paying about a grand total, which was a good price considering the length of hair, but considering how much my hair actually ended up locked, I would say it was about average price probably. So there's the blush. So I said I have a hard time telling how much to put. So I think I put a little bit too much, and I'm just gonna keep blending until it looks how I want it to look. As I said, this is brand new. I've used it like twice, so I'm still getting used to it. I kind of like that. A little rouge. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the Fenty Beauty. Now this one I really have a hard time with. So I usually put too much and I'll just transfer some to my nose, and the other side, if I put too much, I'll usually just start with the one side because of that. So yeah, how much it takes? So I said it took about a grand, but then I paid about a grand to fix it as well. So really 2 grand. And I didn't fix with the same person. Some people ask me that. I'm like, no, God, if they can do it right the first time, why would I go back to them to fix it? But valid question, I guess. So yeah, I went to someone new to fix it. It was $200 per fixing session, and the fixing session were 2 hours each, and we did about 5 sessions. So so I ended up paying, you know, probably about 2 grand technically with the fixing to get it started, which is unfortunate, but you know, some people pay more than that. Like in some cities it's really expensive, and so they would have paid that much to begin with. So it is what it is. The other thing that happened during that time, because of all that was going on and complications with my original loctician person, I did not, like, I was on and off with the retightening, so I couldn't get in with her for a while, and then I finally realized I was gonna leave her. Then I went to the new person, and the fixing included retightenings kind of as we went along. So I saved some money with retightenings during that time because I wasn't getting them as frequently as I would have been if it had been started correctly, and if everything had gone like perfectly from the beginning. So even though I paid that extra, I saved some money on retightenings in that time. So, you know, it's not, I didn't go broke. Close, but not quite. So it worked out okay. And now I found a really great loctician who I literally love. Shout out to you, Leslie. I don't know if you watch, but love her. And yeah, I just feel like this is a really good situation that I'm in now. I love my locks. They're locking now. I think they're so cute. I get so many compliments on them, as I should, right? So anyway, there's the highlight. I think she looks so cute. It's a nice little gold shade. So there you go. Now I'm gonna just do some mascara. Should I do lashes? I don't think I should do lashes. I'm not a big fan of lash bands. I like how they look, but they make my eyes a little bit itchy. I think a lot of people have that issue, and I'm really a comfort person. So when I have those heavy things on my eyes, even though like I have the wispy, so they're not even that thick, but they're heavy to me and they make my eyes usually a little bit itchy, that I just prefer not to wear them. So I only wear them sometimes. If we're like taking a bunch of pictures or something, I might. If we're going somewhere really cute, I might. Most of the times I'll just do mascara and look bald-faced. What I might start doing, that I saw this thing on TikTok where someone like put like basically like half lashes, like they put them only on the side for a more like natural look, and I imagine it's gonna be less heavy. And usually where it gets itchy for me is in the inner corner. So if I just did like the outside half of my eye with lashes, I feel like that actually wouldn't be that bad. So I might try doing that one day. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High mascara. This is not with me today, this whole focusing thing, whatever. Another question we get often is, what products do we use on our locks? Now for Sisterlocks, I really don't use anything. And that's what you're supposed to do when you first get started, okay? You should not be putting moisturizer, you should not be putting oils, etc. on your hair until your hair fully locks, or you're gonna have issues. You're gonna have slippage, you're gonna have puffy locks. And that was another thing. My original optician, she gave me leave-in conditioner to put on my hair. She did not give me the Sisterlocks shampoo, so that made what, you know, the lock job even worse. That's what made it, you know, she didn't lock all the way to the ends, and that just made it literally even worse. So she gave me all that stuff to use. You should not be doing that. If you go to an optician, she installs them, they look good, and she tells you to do that, just go ahead and go to someone else to continue on, because that is not right. It's gonna mess up your hair. You got some serious issues, okay? So don't do that. Don't put leave-in conditioner, don't put oil, nothing. For Sisterlocks. The only product that you should be using is the Sisterlocks Starter Shampoo, okay? This will dry out your hair to help it lock. And so I'm like out the camera, but I gotta like see my little bottom lashes. This will dry out the locks, and apparently it has something to do with like your hair, like cuticles or whatever is like there in your head. It'll help it to make sure your hair is locking, okay? So you really want to be using that shampoo because it will speed up the process. And you know what? The sooner your hair locks, the sooner you can go back to putting a tiny bit of oil on your scalp. You can go in the water without braiding and banding. So the sooner your hair locks, the sooner you can really like have the ease of Sisterlocks. My hair is not locked yet, so I still have to braid and band every time. And even though it is a lot easier than loose hair, it does take much like more work than it will take in, you know, maybe a year or less when my hair fully locks. So do what you're supposed to do. Listen to your loctician, assuming she's telling you correct information, to make sure that you can literally be done with that and your hair will lock as soon as possible. Because once it locks, home stretch, love it. And I'm gonna do my lips. I usually just do a little brown lip liner and then like a brownish NYX lip butter gloss. Come on now. Is this gonna help me today? There we go. It's the NYX, I can't even read it, butter gloss, and what color is this? Praline. I really love this color. It's like the only one that's like dark enough for me to do a nude lip. And ooh, I'm gonna put y'all on to this. This is not lip liner. This is actually brown eyeliner. I can never find lip liner, like a nude lip liner that's dark enough for me, because I have dark skin, obviously. But someone told me once to use brown eyeliner. I think it was my cousin Abigail. No, maybe. It could have been her. Or maybe I told her and she was like, yeah, duh, everyone knows that. I don't remember which one. Honestly, the latter sounds more realistic because she has an attitude. If you're listening to this, Abigail. So that's on this before I add the gloss. That's just the dark liner around. And then I use my little butter gloss. Add it to the middle. And then I work it in to blend the lip liner into the gloss. And there you go. I'm just going with this Milani Make It Last. It's the it's like 16-in-1. Oh no, 16-hour 3-in-1 setting spray. So I'll just go like this. You should put a lot because I always do too much of everything. Love that for me. And that's the end of it. That's my look. Oh, products on my hair. So yeah, I literally only use the Sisterlocks shampoo. That is it. I don't put anything else on my hair. Lexi puts a few things, but I'll let her do her own Q&A answer because I don't know the brand names. But pretty much all she'll use is like gel and like not setting lotion, but you know, like some kind of foam. That's pretty much all she uses, I think, as well. Locks are easy, one, because they're just easy in general, but also two, you don't need all those products. Like when you were a loose natural and you have like a closet full of all these products, every time you watch a new natural hair video, you get a new product, and it's so much money and so much stuff you're finding and buying. Locks is not like that. You literally just need like 2 to 3 good products and you're set. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope y'all like this makeup look. Let's do a glowy makeup look. Also, I have a fresh retightening. I don't know if y'all can tell. So cute. Love her. She do a little shake out my locks. But yeah, I'm about to actually go record another video, so see y'all soon. But don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like and comment on this video. Also, go ahead and follow us on Instagram for when we do our next Q&A. You can go ahead and post your questions there. And yeah, we post a lot on there. And then also we're on TikTok as well. So Two Sisters Lock, everywhere we go, everywhere we are is Two Sisters Lock. Super easy to remember, super easy to follow. But yeah, hope y'all have a great day. Bye.